We saw Virat in the first Test match take over the reins there, and he was, yeah, look, he did a pretty good job for them. He's obviously a quite emotional character, and you know, likes to get involved in a lot of the decisions. Pretty serious innings. You know, I thought we were in a pretty good position at one point there, with them needing around 2 a ball. Thought 160 was about par on that wicket, and it just took a seriously unbelievable innings under pressure by Virat Kohli to get his team over the line.
He's taken to captaincy beautifully, and he's been performing consistently with the bat before captaincy also, but I think it's the same scenario there as well, that you know, extra responsibility has urged him to focus a bit more in certain situations and push that much extra for his team, and that is shown in his performances. He's the #1 Test player in the world, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, we're trying to form a game plan, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You know, he's obviously a world-class player, and he's been batting extremely well. You know, he scored 4 double centuries in his last 4 series, so you know, he's obviously a big player for India.
Steve Smith has suggested today that you'll be feeling a bit of extra pressure after the result in the first game that was such an unexpected win for Australia. Is that fair? Do you feel any additional pressure now?
Me?
As a team?
Does it look like? I'm pretty relaxed, I'm happy, I'm smiling. It's fine, it's his views, whatever he wants to say. I know these mind games and these press conferences are something they're very good at, so we're still going to play the cricket that we've played in the last 2 years and see where the series ends in the 4th game.
Obviously got hit on the pad and looked down to Petey, and Petey sort of said, "Look up there," and I turned around and said, "What do you reckon?" And it was a bit of a brain fade on my behalf, and yeah, shouldn't have done that.
Honestly, I mean, if someone makes a mistake while batting, that's, for me personally, that's a brain fade. The way I left the ball in Pune, you know, getting hit on the off stump, that was a brain fade. But if something is going on for 3 days, that's not a brain fade. There's a line that you don't cross on the cricket field. Sledging and, you know, playing against the opponents is different, but I don't want to mention the word, but it falls in that bracket. So I would never do something like that on the cricket field. I didn't say that, you did.
You know, Virat obviously stuck by his comments. From my point of view, I think they're completely wrong. I obviously came out after the game and said I made a mistake. It was an error on my behalf. I had a brain fade, and in regards to saying that we do it consistently, that's complete rubbish in my opinion. So yeah, I think he was wrong in his statement.
As I said, there are two sides of the coin. I could be speaking about another again, and things are just not going to move forward. So everyone sitting here has their own interests, and you know, they choose to ask what they want to. But our focus remains on the game, and we need to look forward.
I've sort of been very intense in my own little bubble, and at times I've I've let my emotions and actions, just falter a little bit, and I apologise for that throughout this series.
No, it has changed for sure. I thought that was the case, but it has changed for sure. As I said in the heat of the battle, yes, you want to be competitive, but I've been proven wrong. The thing I said before the first test, that has certainly changed, and you won't hear me say that ever again.
I'm not too concerned about my differences with Kohli. He's obviously a very good player, and he's got a phenomenal one-day record. I'm not entirely sure what he was going on about there, because that was certainly the only moment that ever happened. So, as I said, load of rubbish.
It's not good to see someone down like that, to be honest. I mean, we've had issues in the past, we've had a few arguments on the field, but you don't want to see a guy, feeling that heat every time he goes out to play. I mean, what's happened has happened. Everyone's known that. He's come back, he's worked hard, he's playing well for his side now. So because there's so many Indian fans here, I just didn't want them to set a bad example, to be honest, because he didn't do anything to be booed, in my opinion. So I just felt for him, and I told him I'm sorry on behalf of the crowd, because I've seen that happen in a few earlier games as well, and in my opinion, that's not acceptable.